Hello, awesomeness crew. I am hoping you are having an awesome Thursday start up to the day. The not yet Greenbeard. I appreciate that. I see you, Solomon. That's fantastic stuff. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tomas, for making sure that I'm hydrated, guys. I hope you're having a good week. We are going to see how this is going because already we're getting dropped frames. But this also could be because we haven't streaming a conference, an executive directors conference. It's very fancy and stuff like that. Right? Like, isn't it just awesome? It's when I show up. And the hard thing is, guys, is that all throughout this process, like the internet speed, the download, and the upload accordingly, right? This is what I should be getting. Currently, it's like around 80s, like high 80s. Oh! Instead of banana, I give you grapes. Oh yeah. We're gonna have some grapes, some gruppies. And then upload. Get ready for this. Oh, that's what's going on. Download's not an issue. The upload dropped significantly. We are now down to 2.24. When before, we were sitting a little bit better. We were sitting at, in the 30s. Who's talking to me? What is with these random calls from like British Columbia and stuff like that? The download is at 88. No. Quiet you. You don't get to talk. I have to talk to my iPad every once in a while. So, this is a little rough. I'm not going to lie. But you know what? We're going to keep on going. Keep on trucking. Sacrifice force for a better wife. Only a little bit. But I think that's what's going on. Right? How dare they call me on stream? Oh man, so this is dangerous. Because, you know, before I would just had one thing. Now I'm having multiple things. Alright. As you may have noted, on our title, we have it where we are going to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters. That's right. We're getting on trend. We're getting super into it. Actually, I've been on this trend since it came out. Right? Hoff, nom 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 nom. So this is really good. The reason why I'm bringing it up, not just because it's popular and it's on trend, not only because it was like the biggest show that hit Netflix this summer. I kid you not. Like, it was nuts. And, you know, kick some demon butts. 100%. What are you doing? Are you not working? I am working. Oh, he's talking to... Okay, never mind. Confusion rate went up 50%. Anywho. So, the reason why I want to bring this up is because it is being sung and heard. Like, all throughout camp, I was able to talk to little kids on this. One of those kids also happened to be my daughter. So, you know, it's a little personal at home. In fact, it was my daughter that ended up watching this before I even did. And I kind of want to do a semi-review. Just a general kind of thing. So, spoiler alert to those of you who may not have watched K-pop Demon Hunters. Maybe you wait to watch this one when it's on the VOD rather than watching it right now. But if you're okay with the spoilers, I will dive into it. Because I want you guys... I want you guys to sit on it. Because, legitimately, I think it's a great movie. I think it opens up discussion about spiritual things very easily. Yeah. And there's some things of it I really do agree about. And some of it, you gotta watch out. Because there's hidden things that can just be like, oh, well, this is the message that I'm supposed to be taking from it. And we need to watch ourselves. Because if you're following Jesus, which, hi, if you are, welcome to our crew. And if you aren't following Jesus, Hi, welcome to our crew. This is where we have awesome discussion, where we are able to work things out together and process it. And we want to come at it from a biblical mindset, at least those who are Christian. And those who are not, we want to be able to share that mindset, to share that vantage point. Because there's some stuff that here can be just easily interpreted as like, well, then I just go on this way and I can do whatever I want kind of stuff. And I'm a little iffy on it. So, because I like you guys, this is what we're talking about. Yeah, that's right. K-pop Demon Hunters. Addictive. I'm going to tell you right now, the best K-pop Demon Hunter. I'm saying it right now. So all y'all can get it through your heads. Zoe. Zoe's the best. I don't care what anyone else says. My daughter, she's a huge fan of Rumi. I'm a huge fan of Zoe. I think Zoe's amazing. I think she was hilarious. Hoff, then who's the best in your opinion, sir? I'm gonna take that maybe Mira's your favorite. Guys, called it. You saw it live. Called it. Mira. It's how it is. It's just like Tom's like, you're all wrong. It's Genu. Genu's the best. I want to give that man a high five. Anywho. Tom has to be difficult. That's what he's got to do. Anywho, guys, it's a really good show. I think it's fantastic. If you don't know anything on the premise of it, essentially, these wonderful K-pop singers, which if you haven't gotten into K-pop, if you haven't heard of like groups like Back to School, you've been under a rock somewhere. I'm just saying that. But we love you and appreciate you, and we're here to help educate you. That's what we're here for. Essentially, what this crew does is they eat lots of ramen. No, they don't. In fact, this is the only scene that they actually eat ramen, and it's quite a catastrophe that it's only the scene. Come on, people. Hashtag ramen love. We need to do this. These girls are a K-pop band that are just singing, and you notice they have cool weapons. Well, it's when they sing that they get to activate these cool weapons to defeat hardcore demon people. Demons, these boys. Like the Saja boys. And that's all I got. I'm sorry. I can't do it. But see, the thing is, these demons kind of pose as regular humans. And we're going to dive a little bit more into this. On why the heck they are doing that. But essentially, as the demon hunters come around and sing, they are strengthening this thing called the Hun Moon, which is like this spiritual barrier that's to fight back against demons. Hence, you see the little demons over there. They look so sad. Oh no. They are pushed back so that humanity can be safe and stuff like that, rather than demons sucking their soul like a straw. Except it's not a straw. It's more like the demons vape on souls. I don't know how I feel on that, but it's a different take. Just letting you know. Anywho, then they take these souls and they're supposed to take it to this really bad demon lord. It's kind of messed up, stuff like that. And then the demon lord gets more powerful and turns the world into chaos and stuff. Raw. But of course, see what happens when you mess with Huntrix. You get your butt kicked mid-air while falling out of an airplane, and then arriving on a stage and just being able to to rock and stuff like that. Because they go na 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 na. Anywho, so they're fighting these demons. The problem is this girl right here, Rumi. Turns out she's half demon. Spoiler alert! She's half demon. She has these things it looks like really purpley tattoos that are just like an infection kind of vibe. Yeah, it's like she's part demon. Her mom fell in love with the demon. They did adult things, and then boom, Rumi showed up. And so then because of that, we now have the situation where Rumi has these patterns, and it means she's part demon, and that's not good because she hasn't told the other Huntrix crew because, demons, you just kill them. That's all you do. That's all you're supposed to do. That's a focus. Hey, focus in. You're supposed to just kill the demons. That's all you're supposed to do. Anywho, so then in that moment, what we have then, woo, respect demons. Yeah, wow, respect demons. This is where we're gonna have a chat after. Okay, we're gonna chat. Okay. So the thing that happens here is then Rumi is conflicted. She also starts losing her voice in the midst of what's her big band promotion. Then the Saja boys come on up, boom, and the whole idea is that they are going to steal the fans from the K-pop Demon Hunters, or from the Demon Hunters, the Huntrix crew, and they are going to drain every one of their souls, take them away, ha ha ha, and they're going to be more powerful. Well, actually, that kind of happens because, look at these guys. They're ridiculously handsome. They're setting impossible standards for people like me who would like to sing and stuff like that. I'm kidding. Anywho, so the Saja boys are these boy bands, and they look super fancy, super awesome. The girls kind of get distracted, but then they're trying to figure out what's going to be the next thing that's going to push them forward. And then finds out Genu, the head dude of Saja Boys, has a secret meetup with our leading lady, Rumi. Turns out there's this tension that starts developing where she likes him because, well, he seems really nice. He seems like a nice demon, and he recognizes that she's a demon through a fight that they had, and she had a pattern. It's like, oh, this is dangerous. It eventually becomes a downfall scenario where they have this big concert with their song Golden, their big premiere one, and then it gets exposed that Rumi has patterns, but of course the audience doesn't know what the heck that is. However, that means a lot to Mira and to Zoe, and through that, should I watch this film? At this point, I'm practically just saying it all, but it's way better to watch it because there's tons of songs that go on. Legitimately, guys, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna confess. Tuesday night, me and Tom are headed over to hang out with some QIU crew, and on the way there and back, we totally had K-pop Demon Hunter sing along on the car ride. The addiction's a little high there, but the music is fantastic. And there are some songs that I will give you a heads up. You could listen to the beat, but as far as lyrically, not good. That's all I'm saying. And we talked about it with the Bible. Yeah, we actually did a whole thing. Is there an audio? No, there is not, Solomon, and we are okay with that. Anywho, so they have this beautiful saying, and that's not actually what the song sounds like. Okay, I can't do justice to Golden. That's all I'm going to say. But they have this situation they're singing, but then it gets exposed that Rumi is a demon, a part demon, and she's just broken. Everyone's kind of pushed her to the side. Rumi feels like there's no way to save the audience, who has now been enthralled and totally taken over by the Saja boys. And the Saja boys have this big moment where they are going to sacrifice all their fans to the big demon lord, and all this stuff. But then Rumi comes in. She shares this beautiful song. This is what it sounds like. We're going to be dissecting a little bit of that one, because there's some elements that are really good, and then some that's it's not fully there yet. That's all I have to say. But again, it's a different worldview. Guys, K-pop Demon Hunters is not created by Christians, nor does it have the intentionality of what Christians stand on. This is a different culture with different vantage points. And I want to clarify that to you guys as clear as day. When you watch these things culturally, guys, when you watch these things, it's good to take it in, to absorb what it is, to see it first. But then when you are coming at it, if you're following Jesus, You are then taking the Bible to the thing and go, okay, what are the things that stick, that connect, and what are the things that don't? And you take the things that do and the things that you don't, you just kind of realize, well, it's either entertainment, or you just go, well, then just no bother. You have to do this. And Paul taught this very well. He demonstrated this in Acts 17. You should read it. We've talked about it several times on here. But I wanted to do a quick just jump on that. Solomon, this film kind of sounds like Kajrama the Uncanny Counter. Though that's demon hunters who run a noodle shop. That's actually kind of cool. Noodle shops are a very cool idea. Anywho, so they have this big moment. Rumi is able to share that she's got some brokenness, but then this pulls in Mira and pulls in Zoe. They meet together. They fight Big Demon Lord. Bah! Jinu sacrifices himself for the sake of Huntrix to be able to fight and fully delete Baddie and create the Honmun again. Boom, ha! And everyone's excited and it's all good. And we all hug and have happily ever after. Oh, and Rumi gets cool new tattoos instead of purple. It's like rainbow stylized. Okay, cool. That's the movie, very briefly summarized, and not at all as fun as actually watching it. If you make it golden, right? So my recommendation: don't just like hear what I'm saying. I just wanted to give a summarization for you guys on what it is. Now we're gonna dive into connections, okay? Because this is the big thing that I want you guys to sit on is what are the takeaways that I can get from K-pop Demon Hunters? What are the things that are found in the Bible that support some of the things that's going on? I'm going to tell you it's a whole other different culture. There's some things that can be pulled, but other things not so much. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about how this is a team, guys. This is a team, and I love it, okay? Because the first thing that we see within spiritual forces, and I'm talking about more specifically to like Christians to one another and stuff like that, we have to work out this idea that we are in a bigger fight than what we see. And this is the reality that K-pop Demon Hunters actually demonstrates well for themselves. The only thing is the rest of their audience has no idea about it. And this is where I want to say contextually, I think that's a thing that we're starting to have a shift. We went from a hardcore, like, scientific focus, only facts kind of stuff like that. Like, I need to see, touch, feel, think, stuff like that. I'd say our culture has become a lot more spiritual and has, like, throw it down in the chats if you agree with me, disagree. This is open dialogue time. And throughout this time is open dialogue time. But I think culturally, the Western world is starting to see more spiritualism coming on out. Reality behind the reality, kind of stuff like that. And this is where I think K-pop Demon Hunters has come in at a really unique time in history to be able to have people discuss this. And for the most part, people don't even argue over the concept of whether there's demons or not. It's more like, how are demons seen here? And in here, this case, demons are goofy and stuff like that. But what I really want to hone in, guys, this is a team. This is a group that's united on the same front. Defeat the demons, create security and space for other people. I don't think that's wrong at all. Biblically, I stand on it because Paul consistently throughout the New Testament told us to be praying for one another, to lift one another up. Take a guess where I'm going to go, guys. Take a guess. Anyone? Throw it down. No one wants to do it. We are like right here. What the? Oh no, not this translation. Thank you. No. We're not doing that. I am not reading like that. Thank you. Make me cry. Okay. This is where I'm saying, okay? the armor of God speech, right? The one that's talking about spiritual warfare specifically. But I want to encourage you, Ephesians, we've gone through it, Nerds in the Word, you can totally check it out later. Ephesians addresses spirituality because in Ephesus was like some of the biggest epicenters of spiritualism that was going on there. And out of that, you have this understanding that we are now going to dive deep into what is this culture, what is going on, and how do we address then the spiritual reality? Because Paul's got to defend his crew, right? And it's just like, it's like Big Dad vibes. And I get the Big Dad vibes. Hi, Big Dad vibe. Not just because I'm big. Leave me alone. But be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. So we are understanding who is the source of power. And this is one thing that Demon Hunters did not really address, and that's fine. Demon Hunters was more on the idea that we sing together and that's what brings unity. It stirs the soul, which then encourages. And this, I want to stand on the idea, that's like doing worship. And that's not bad. But worship isn't just singing. Worship is proactively moving, proactively investing, and in caring people around, like caring about people around you. We need to realize that worship, as Christians, means how we love people is actually like throwing a dagger at a demon. How we spend time investing and encouraging other people is like a hard punch across the face in a demon's face, because they are trying to spiritually steal souls. So that I agree with K-pop Demon Hunter. They're trying to steal a soul, not that they can actually physically steal it, but they are going to pull at you with their words, with their actions on how they want to draw you in. Thank you, Solomon. Yes, that is such a great link. If you want to further dive onto the word, like how you use the Bible in bringing the word and fighting demons, and it's such a beautiful multi-tool. Anywho, you should check that out. But the worship is a form of fight. How we address one another is a form of fight. It's a form of protection. It's a form of defense for one another. And I say that because we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against the evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in the dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places. This was not an uncommon thought, guys. This wasn't a random idea. This was like legit the thing that's like, yeah, no, there's things out there. There's parts of our world that we don't fully understand. But the engagement here is that Illuminati. It's more like who's behind the Illuminati, Solomon, is actually more the case. So I can be upset about corrupt government, but I also need to realize, thank you, Tom. Gotta drink water. I can be upset about the corrupt government, but I also need to be praying over it for the leadership that's there, though I disagree with it, though I don't like what's going on, and I proactively do all I can to push up against it by loving on people or helping people in that need that help. I'm praying for God to respond spiritually in that zone. You understand? And that's where the K-pop Demon Hunters really kind of did this, like, there's a backdrop to things, there's a master scheme that's going on, because there is. And we need to contend that. And part of that is worship, part of that is prayer, part of that is prep, knowing who the enemy is. And there's a song Takedown in it, and it's so ruthlessly like chewing out demons. How they look like they're nice on the outside, but really they're filthy and disgusting. And when your pattern starts to show, it makes the hatred flow out from my veins, is one of the beautiful lines in it. And the patterns, like the brokenness, the deceit, the lies, right? It's all contended into that moment. So we are fighting something, and I appreciate K-pop Demon Hunters really bringing that concept in. So there is a fight that's going on that you are unaware of, but you need to be prepped. But what are we supposed to be doing? Pray in the Spirit at all times, and in every occasion, stay alert and be persistent. Hold on. Stay alert and be persistent in your prayers for all believers everywhere. We are in this fight together. We got to defend each other. When we are seeing that someone's shield, where is it? Yeah. In addition to these, hold up the shield of faith that stops the fiery demon. We are bolstering each other. We surround one another when one is getting taken out. And the beautiful feature in K-pop Demon Hunters is one of their own was getting wrecked, and so they hop together. They do it like it's. There's some elements that are beautiful in it and wonderful. The other side of this, guys, is in K-pop Demon Hunters. Like, look at that. They are on mission. They are focused. They are ready. They are going everywhere and anywhere to take down demons, to fight the demons head on. It's not the people, it's the demons. Be persistent. But that takes so much effort, right? But then we are working on said Hunmun, in that when we are praying for one another, when we are looking to God for guidance on where the demons are at, how do we stand firm, how do we stand strong in how we love and how we support one another. In doing that, we are building fortification, not by our own might, but by God. That God is reinforcing. God is the one who is the protector and defender and stuff like that. Let me know if this is landing. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a Talon sticker on there if you're getting this kind of vibe, stuff like that. I could be, like, just, you know, let me know, because I feel like I'm just blah, 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 blah. So here's the other part that I have a hard time with, okay? Genu. This dude, right? Oh, by the way, this was epic. This was really cool. This is what I'm talking about. Charge forward. Let's own it. This dude, Genu, in the top left corner here, if you're watching, if you're listening, well, he is very handsome, and it's unfair. But here's the thing that I want to highlight. How Saja Boys put up this front of looking amazing, of how they can say things that are super, like, oh, so loving, oh, that's so good, and stuff like that. The movie definitely portrays that demons can be good. Biblically, that's not accurate. There's this deception kind of vibe of, like, you can get a benefit from a demon. And by all means, there are people that make connections to demons and use it for their own means, their own capacity. Let's look at Saul and the Demon Girl. Acts 16, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to hop on over. Acts 16. Ooh, running around, jumping at things. Haha. I'm so stuck in my head, like, it's just like, where is it? Oh, come on. I'm trying to remember the specific sighting. 16 to 34. Yee. Okay, that's the killing themselves. That's not a good idea. Who was that? Bible Gateway? Such a good site. If only it was available. Right? I was going to go on YouVersion here, but it won't let me on here. No. It's all in... What? Oh my word. I didn't realize it had the brain and stuff like that. Yeah, there it goes. 16 to 18. There we go. Okay, one day, as we were going down to the place of prayer, we met a slave girl who had a spirit enabled in her to tell the future. See? She earned a lot of money for her masters by telling fortunes. Guys, right there. Sometimes the use of spiritual beings is for the benefit, but really it's still capturing the person. They are enslaved. And so when this is thrown down, she has brought freedom. I appreciate what she came out and said. These men are servants of the Most High God, and they have come to tell you how to be saved. When this isn't even when the Spirit's liberated. It's just the Spirit realizing, oh snap, like this is what they're here for. And so then Paul got tired of hearing this demon keep on throwing out. So he's like, I command you in the name of Jesus to come out of her. Boom! Hit like a freight train, it's out. Her master's hopes of wealth were now shattered, so they grabbed Paul and Silas and dragged them before the authorities. This whole city is in an uproar because of these Jews, they showed to the officials, and they are teaching customs that are illegal for us Romans to practice. Awkward moment. And so, like, this is where we have it where we have Paul, who is literally just spreading the word and getting out there, has demonic stuff, has things that are up front that seem good, that are great, for certain people, for power. But then the problem is, like the Saja boys, they are actually done messed up demons, and they're not cool. They have another vibe to them. They are desperately trying to have their ulterior motive. In this case, they're going to take away their souls for the sake of trying to appease their master, the demon lord master, and what's going on. Rough. They look cool. I get that they look cool. Okay, I get it. But they're baddies. So here's the thing. When it comes to spiritual stuff, okay, the factor that we need to be always reminded of is back to our Ephesians 6 passage, which is, final word, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on his armor that you can stand firm against the evil strategies of the devil. Therefore, put on every piece so you will be able to resist the enemy in times of evil. Then after battle, you will stand firm. This is a fight. And there is no good demons. They are just... Take my soul, Korean. Oh my goodness. It is a fight. And in this case, there is legitimately good and legitimately bad. And it's not like a half measure. It's like, no. Go back to Joshua. Joshua asks, are you for us or are you against us? Before he's about to march in on Jericho. And the captain of the angel of the Lord says, neither. I am the captain of the Lord's army. I know where I stand. I'm with that dude. When demons approached Jesus, they knew the difference. Son of man, don't wreck me before the appointed time. Don't send me to the pit before we're supposed to have our judgment, essentially. There's clear lines. And that's one thing that K-pop Demon Hunters does not have on that. The other part that I want to say is this part. And this is the best part, okay? Like, this is this. If I could listen to a song on repeat over and over again, and Tom knows this, it would be, this is what it sounds like all the time. But here's the thing. And I want to address this. Rumi's tattoo. Her patterns. Originally they're purple, but then when she wins a fight, they become like a rainbow kind of thing. And in the show, they make it that it's because she's accepted both the demon side of her and the human side of her. This is where I really want to contend, and we've brought this up with Romans 7, specifically Romans 7. I want to take you there, and we're going to kind of sit on this. The struggle with sin. So the trouble is not with the law, for it's spiritual and good. The trouble with me is with me, for I am all too human, a slave to sin. I don't really understand myself, for what I want to do is right, but I don't do it. Instead, I do what I hate. But if I know what I'm doing is wrong, this shows that I agree that the law is good. So I am not the one doing wrong. It is sin living in me. that does it. So that's like, it's a back and forth kind of vibe here. This has been a very useful verse for different things, like Tokyo Ghoul, talking about what's the ghoul side within the main character, Kaneki. I really think that that's a good illustration of our sinful nature and how we abruptly work on things. But what I want to... Rumi's whole thing throughout it is her struggle on the demon side of her and not sharing it with other people. Yeah, okay. We're gonna get real. I'm gonna get up close with you guys here. Okay? So, stuff aside. The thing I want to talk to you right here, right now, okay? The demon side within Rumi. I say we all have what Rumi has, but it's not a demon. It is the brokenness. It's her broken nature. It is the stuff that is messed up with us, the reaction. And you see it in the movie where whenever she reacts like harshly or gets like aggressive in a negative light and just like bad response, it's the demon side coming out of her. I would better equate that, if we're doing a comparison into Christianity, into following Jesus, that's the old sinful nature that keeps on trying to rear up for power, for dominance over who you are and your identity and stuff like that. And we cover that up. Like that, I think Rumi does very well in demonstrating that there's this brokenness that we don't want anyone to see. Because it's so easy for us to just want to hide it away because that just looks wrong, it looks bad, or you make a mistake, it's like, I don't know where that came from, stuff like that. Rather than to actually address it, to be able to point it out, to work it out. And in this moment that she is going in about it, she's showing her patterns. And her Huntrix crew see it, and they kind of like embrace that, like, oh my goodness, why didn't we know this? Because in this whole idea, she's afraid that they would turn and try and kill her, which is understandable because they always say demons just need to die. Demons are just bad. And that I agree on that sentiment. They didn't do that. They didn't focus on that. But I did appreciate that Mira and Zoe went to town on different demons in that segment and just owned them and stuff like that. The fact that Genu self-sacrificed and did that near the end, I don't agree on that. Are demons beyond redemption? From what we see biblically, yes. Because there's a point of decision, whether it's hatred, whether it's malice, whether it's just a vantage point of like, now we are just going to try and hurt God more, but there's this ultimate decision. And maybe it could be like they have some horridly flawed idea that they're going to still win at some point. I don't know. I really don't know. Because then that's self-deception. I don't know. That could be pride and arrogance or hubris in that case. But I don't know. The factor that we do know is that demons confronted with God still choose to operate against him. They realize the power and authority of God. They have to submit to his authority. And that's seen with Jesus casting out demons. You see this where God is able to kind of decide where certain beings are going because of what we allow as entrance points, so to speak, into our lives and stuff like that. Like, from what we see biblically, they are just destined to meet a not happy end with God. And like God's going to deal with that. And that's the original creation of why hell was developed and stuff like that. It's hard. It's a hard thing to take on. But these were also like the people that had the most direct... These are the beings that have had the most direct contact with the awesomeness of God. Like, you hearing what I'm saying? And it's a hard thing on that a being of infinite love, grace, mercy, compassion, all this ultimately still has to deal with the problem of evil. And part of that is the removal of complete space toward that, which hell can be that way. It's the removal of the benefits that God has in just his presence. Like, that's the hard part about that. As we like look at to like, do people go to hell and stuff like that? Biblically, yeah, that's the hard part. But the point is that Christ has died. He is offering an opportunity for you to be with him, to follow him, to live the lifestyle that is like his, and a lifestyle that loves on people, that focuses on loving on God, and consistently growing in connection with God and helping those around us, creating like Eden 2.0 vibe, that kind of stuff. That invitation is here and now and available, but you do need to choose it. Just like how we choose our relationships with, like how I choose my relationship with my wife. She has to choose that, right? And same thing, she has to, I have to choose to have that relationship with her, right? And that's the thing. So, anywho, what I like though, I want to shift this, okay? Because if I want to give it a little bit more accurate thing, I think this is where the effects of sin get redeemed. And at the end of it, you see this like fancy here. You see her fancy like look here in the rainbow colors and all that kind of stuff like that. I really... Oh, man, there's no clear image. What is this? I'm trying to get clear images. Solomon's like, yeah, professional streamers. Pfft, right? When it's Wilson. Kidding. But when it's Wilson. Oh, here, that's a good one. Yeah, so this colorful pattern instead, the colorful pattern was the demon side of her. I think it's like the redemption. So it's like how it talks about in the Bible, how we are broken in sin, but it's the one, Christ comes into us, and Christ is the one that changes that, takes away that sinful nature to the point where then God sees us, because he's covered that, he's died for that, and he has defeated the effects of sin and death in that way. And so then we are a new creation, we look different. And that's where I think in this case it's not encouraging that she's, well, in the movie they made it more like she's accepted as a demon. I'd rather the idea, biblically speaking, that demon side of her has been taken out to something better, to something new, that she's shown her brokenness, she's shown the parts of her that she didn't want people to see. And that's typically what God, Jesus, Holy Spirit does, is the sides of us that was broken, the things that were messed up, the things that were not right, get turned into the very things that point to him, point to how we needed Jesus, point to how we needed a relationship with God so much. And so I want to sit on that with emphasis on this part, okay? And I'm only going to read part of the lyrics here, because I think these lyrics slap. And Tom and I totally agree on it. This is why both Tom and I say it's our favorite. So nothing but the truth now, nothing but the proof of what I am, the worst of what I came from, patterns I'm ashamed of, things that even I don't understand. I tried to fix it. I tried to fight it. My head was twisted, my heart divided. My lies all collided. I don't know why I didn't trust you to be on my side. The idea that when we work out the sin thing, when we work out this brokenness, it actually talks about the Bible how we confess our sins. We share that with other people, because then it loses power of like, well, I gotta hide this. People really don't know who I am, and they won't really. Yeah, people might not accept me. It's like, no. When you release that out there, yeah, there's that potential thing that people look at you and go, I don't know, man. But there's also freedom. There's opportunity to be able to see and hear. I love this. I broke into a million pieces and I can't go back, but now I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. The scars are a part of me. Darkness and harmony. My voice without the lies. This is what it sounds like. so written well. My goodness. But we are broken. We are messed up. But it's the part where it's like a mosaic pattern is what I see it. That the brokenness, God turns that into beautiful mosaic art, into kintsugi. It's accented on this. And we can see what was a broken thing is turned into a beautiful thing. That by revealing the broken nature that we've had, like the brokenness that we all have, and how it's been redeemed by God, how we are made right and free by God and Jesus in that. Like, it can be so awesome, guys. It can be so beautiful. But it's giving that, right? And we got to be able to do it. And I appreciate this part. We're shattering the silence. We're rising defiant. Shouting in the quiet, you're not alone. Calling people in. Come on, like calling people in. You're not alone. We are helping. We're fighting for each other. We listen to the demons. We let them get between us. But none of us are out here on our own. Oh, come on. Biblically, just saying. It's right there. It's beautiful. The lies of the demons. But when we work together, when we speak the truth that God pours out, is able to share and able to say, you are not alone. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to keep on being weighed on by this, but you can have freedom in Christ, who died for you, who made this complete, done, who does the butt-kicking demon stuff for you, gives you authority because of what he did. Oh yeah, like, can't even. So we were cowards. So we were liars. So we're not heroes. We're still survivors. The dreamers, the fighters. No lying, I'm tired. But dive in the fire and I'll be right here by your side. Again, guys, like, this is church. That is what church should be. This is what fellowship of follow Jesus followers should look like. How it should be proactive. How we love on one another and do this. This is where literally K-pop Demon Hunters got it so good. So good. This is what we're supposed to do. In unity with Christ. In unity in following him. That when we actually do this unified. When we care for one another. We can actually go out and help and fight the demons that people hear. And what they say to themselves. What they've had people throw down on them. Where their identity feels like they are broken. They don't know who they are anymore. And we can go, there is a God that loves you. There is a God who is willing to die for you. A God who is willing to step down from grace to be at your level, to love on you, to care about you, to invest in you. This is the opportunity that's there. But you have to take it. You have to take it. And that's where we got to take it, guys. It's we have this beautiful moment, and sorry I get super passionate on this, but guys, this is where I'm going to end it off. I gotta go, sadly, because I got I got an awesome video conference I'm doing. But like, this is the thing that I want you to get here, okay? Jesus, who is able to conquer sin and death, is the one who sees your patterns, sees the brokenness, says, I can redeem that. I can change that. I can heal that. Will you trust me? Will you give this to me? That we can turn brokenness into something beautiful. Something amazing. That not is something that you hide, but you actually then want to share and show how he stepped in and healed. He's the one that brings the power. And then because of his healing, his freedom, the one that sets us free, we can step forward and help other people who struggle in this. And help them know that they are not alone, because we are not alone. You following me, guys? Did I lose connection? What's going on? You catching what I'm throwing down here? So ultimately, I want to say this. K-pop Demon Hunters. Fantastic series, or fantastic movie to reflect on it. But the true power is not in our songs. The true power is the one who sets us free. The one who makes us free through his sacrifice. That's Jesus. He is the one who makes us right, who has brought healing to us. He is the one. He is the one. And to be a demon hunter, you need to know the original demon hunter. And that's Jesus, the one who sets it right. He is the Hunmun that holds hell at bay, who keeps giving you peace. It's him. We just get to partner with him in prayer, in loving other people, and showing them Jesus' light. And that's when the world changes. That's when the literal climate shifts. So my level up challenge is, do you know the true demon hunter? Do you need freedom? Is there stuff that you are trying to keep hidden, that you are breaking down because you're afraid how people will respond, how people care about you? Because Jesus is the one, come to me who are weary and broken, who are heavy burdened. I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. He's the one who offers that peace, but it's only through him. It's through trusting in him. And it's coming in through a community that loves and cares for you. This is what our community does. We are here to love on one another, to grow and develop. Through Jesus, through investing in one another. Will you trust that demon hunter? Will you go to him? You can do it. All right, guys. Speaking of investing and caring for one another, guys, I'm going to throw one prayer request. I'm going to pray in this one prayer request, and then I'm going to hop off stream. It's been fantastic. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys have taken some stuff. I'm hoping some notes. I hope you do watch K-Pop Demon Hunters. If there's more to it, throw it into our community as what Solomon threw down already, the link there. Throw it in there. We want to have this discussion. Keep it on going. I would love to have that conversation. It would be so good. Guys, I want to pray for Pilo right now. Pilo's family is going through a bit of a hard time. There's been a loss in the family. So we just want prayer for them as they're working through that situation and that horrible, brutal news. So I'm just going to pray real quick. Yeah, Solomon. It's a good call.
Eyes out, Guardian.
Yeah. Father God, right now we just pray for Pilo. And you know, her heart just pours out for this community, pours out for awesome people, to love on them when they've had rough times, because she's been there. She's had really rough times. And God, to hear that she's just lost her uncle recently, which is really brutal to hear, to go through. God, I pray that you would be with their family. I pray that you would be with the people around Pilo. Help us as a community to come around and support Pilo, to encourage her, to be a shoulder to cry on when she needs it, to be a support when she needs it. And just help us to respond in love. Help us to protect. Well, not protect, just be there with her. That she's not alone. I pray that for her family too, that other people in the communities and their connections would be coming around and supporting them too. Help us to demonstrate your love well in this case. Help us to legitimately be the family that we say we are. So help us to do that. We ask this in your name. Amen. All right, crew. That is the end of Level Up Talk with Ark. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Level Up Talk with Ark. That's what it is. That's how it is. Tune in next week, because we're not going to be able to have Pilo coming on in tomorrow. She's got some medical stuff. Thank you, Solomon. I appreciate the cheese. It's rather cheesy, but I yeah, guys. Next Friday, or this Friday, there will not be a stream. And even Monday, I believe Pilo's not going to be available. So then that means the next stream will be Nerds in the Word. Yeah, when we get into Psalm 119, Part 1. Oh yeah, Part 1. Because we like Part 1s and 2s and 3s and 37s. We're not getting into 37. It's just going to be... It's going to be the thing. You're going to find out. Anyway, guys, keep on being awesome. Keep on being nerdy. Let us know if there's anything that's been popular that you're interested in. If there's access to it, let me know. I would love to check it out, and we can do some more reviews like this down the road. I like this kind of stuff. But be ready for the next level up development, or level up talk with Ark. Later!